Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air. Today, we are back on the north side of Chicago from Wrigley Field. It's the National League Central Division rivalry. The Cincinnati Reds are in town. Not just the Cincinnati Reds. They are the first pair in first place in the NL Central, and they are red hot. But the Cubs are also red hot. Last tonight, we'll see who wins game one of this 4-game set from Wrigley Field. It's about go time as we will break down this matchup, starting pitchers, starting lineups, all that fun stuff after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Cubs Reds, arguably the biggest series of the year, getting ready to get started in just a couple of minutes. But first, we got starting pitchers and lineups to break down. The first of which is the visiting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds, who made the short trip up to Chicago, only about a good 4 or 5 hour trip up to the north side. And going for the Reds tonight, it has been untouchable, unhittable Andrew Abbott, the southpaw left-hander for the Reds. Tonight, he is making his 11th Major League appearance and start first versus the Cubs, so he gets his first mix of this rivalry that is really going to ramp into more of a rivalry feeling these next few days as these teams are fighting for playoff spots, fighting for division spots, and Cubs and Reds both looking to make a statement. Abbott, since his Major League debut just a little over a month ago, ranks among the league leaders in ERA, batting average against, starts, innings pitched, wins, and whip, all in the top 5 in those categories in not only the National League, but all in Major League Baseball. Now, on the season, 8-2 in his 10 starts. He is 6-2 in his first 10 starts. The team is 8-2 in the games that he has pitched. 1.90 ERA, and that's hard to beat. Batting average against a lonely 184. Not an easy guy to hit off of. And when you watch him, you want to think, when you first look at him, you don't think he's anything special. I mean, he doesn't look like a hard-throwing guy or anything. But I tell you, he can mix his stuff up, and he will keep you off balance. 61 and 2/3 innings, allowed only 40 hits in those 10 games. So, what does that say? He's had a couple of 1-hit, 2-hit games, a 3-hit, 4-hit game. However, his last start against Milwaukee was one of his worst ones of the year. He's had 2 against Milwaukee. Those have been his worst, as gave up 7 runs last time out, 9 runs in his earlier meeting with Milwaukee. So against the Central, maybe not as good as against other opponents. But runs, only 13 allowed in those 10 starts. So that is a good number that he will want to hold on to. He did not allow a run until his 4th start. And although he gave up those 7 hits last time, 0 guys across the plate. All 13 of those runs have been earned, so his defense has been helping him out. 19 walks, but that walk to strikeout ratio, very good. 66 strikeouts opposed to those 19 walks. He keeps the ball in the ballpark, only 8 home runs. So the Cubs hitters are going to have a lot at task tonight. But so will the Reds hitters as they have to go up against Marcus Stroman. Small guy, 5'7", wraps in right around 180 pounds. But he has had a solid season. Not so much lately. 7 runs allowed last time out against the White Sox, in which a game the Cubs trailed 7-2. They fought back and ended up winning that ball game by a score of 10-7. But Stroman, 10-7 this season, 3.51 ERA. That's skyrocketed these last few times out. 22 games, 125 and 2/3 innings pitched, 109 strikeouts. He has walked 48 guys, but needs to punch the ball in the strike zone tonight against the Reds team. They can hit it hard, but if you leave it down, that's the key to success. And then obviously those 6 years with Toronto, 2 with the Mets, and he's in his second year with Chicago. Was he in those trade talks coming in, as the trade deadline is tomorrow, in case you've been living under a rock. But high under those trade talks, those trade rumors. But the Cubs went on the 8-game winning streak before losing it to St. Louis in the final game of that 4-game set. But they've taken his most likely Marcus Stroman, unless something crazy happens tomorrow, and Cody Bellinger, both those names off the market. Now for tonight's starting lineups, we'll again start with the Reds, who rank 16th in the MLB in home runs with 120, kind of similar to the Cubs. They aren't going to hit the ball out of the ballpark at a crazy amount, but they definitely have guys who are capable. However, they're 24th in the league in strikeouts, so they strike out quite a bit with 967. But when they get on base, they're deadly. 120 stolen bases. That is first in the major leagues. We'll talk more about that later. And this is one guy that can really rack up those stolen bases, Elly De La Cruz. This guy is exciting. What a player he is. He leads off for the Reds tonight at third base. TJ Friedl bats second, and he plays center field. Man up the middle, Matt McLain, shortstop, batting third. Jake Fraley leads the team in home runs. He's the cleanup batter, and he's got right field. Spencer Steer, second baseman. He's had a good rookie season, batting fifth. Joey Votto, longtime veteran, 48 career homers off the Cubs. That's the most by any Red. He eats this team alive. He's batting sixth and playing his home first base. Christian Encarnacion Strand, another young rookie, still in his opening weeks as a major leaguer. He bats seventh. Will Benson, he can hit the ball out of the ballpark. He goes eighth. And then the young catcher Luke Maile rounds out the Cincinnati Reds lineup tonight. For the Cubs, team that is looking for a big win against a division opponent tonight. They're sitting at 53-52, 4 games back. And they're going to need a good offensive night against Andrew Abbott, who has been very difficult to get offense off of. Nico Hoerner starts at playing second. Suzuki's in right, batting second. Ian Happ, left field as always, batting third. Red Hot July. Cody Bellinger, he's in the cleanup spot against the lefty. One of the only lefty in the Cubs lineup tonight. Dansby Swanson needs to put the ball in play to have success. Those strikeout numbers are really very high this season. But when he puts the ball in play, he has a lot of success. He bats fifth. And at his home shortstop, Yan Gomes doing the catching for Marcus Stroman, which is a bit interesting because usually Tucker Barnhart is Marcus Stroman's catcher. Not the case tonight. So we'll see what ends up happening if the Cubs are thinking about a trade with Barnhart, which would be an interesting move. But we'll have to see how that all plays out tonight and into tomorrow. Christopher Morel, he's the designated hitter once again and batting seventh. Mancini plays first. He might quickly be replaced as Jeimer Candelario came over to the Cubs today. He can play some first as well as third, so we'll see how Mancini future plays out as well. Nick Madrigal has the hot corner tonight and batting ninth. Cubs and Reds, game one of this huge 4-game series starts in just 2 minutes or so. But we're going to take one more break. First pitch right around the corner. You're not going to want to miss it. This is going to be an absolutely enormous game. Winner has a lot of advantages on their side for not only the division, but the playoffs. It's that time of year to start looking at all of these races. Trade deadline tomorrow. What more could you want? This time is the best time of the year for baseball fans. Everything at stake, everything on the line. That's just what we got for you in game one of this 4-game set from the north side of Chicago. Back in a moment for first pitch. We're going to come out of that break as we have now breaking news in the Cubs system. They have made another trade. They have picked up right-hand pitcher Jose Cuas from the Kansas City Royals. 3-0 this season, 4.54 ERA in exchange for outfielder Nelson Velasquez, who is down at AAA. Cubs making moves. They are buyers, and now they look to pick up a win to help their chances. There you go. They're just announcing it now on Marquee Sports Network. Oh, man, you got to love the trade deadline. You got to love it even more when the Cubs are buyers, which they have not been too many years. Quite a couple of years, actually. So it's great to see as a fan. And now they're looking for a big win in Game 1 of this series. Umpires for tonight's game. It's the Major League's tallest umpire, Jordan Baker. He's got home plate. Mark Carlson at first, Trip Gibson at second, and Derek Thomas down at third. And the Reds are going to come to bat to face off with Marcus Stroman to start this ball game. So far this season, the Cubs so far in this series of Cubs and Reds, the Cubs have more wins. 1,197 and 1,175. So just a few 22 games above 500 for the Cubs. And look to make it 23 tonight. Marcus Stroman gets the ball, fastball, slider, cutter, changeup. That slider kind of works as a slurve or such. And now the 5'7" right-hander steps in against Elly De La Cruz, who takes the first pitch for strike one, and we are underway. I mentioned how home plate umpire Jordan Baker is the tallest umpire in the major leagues. He's taller than Elly De La Cruz, it looks like. How about that? 0-1 to star rookie Elly De La Cruz. He chases a back foot slider there from Stroman, and he's got him in an 0-2 hold. You're going to see that De La Cruz wears that huge chain. It actually has a photo of his parents. Taking the day he signed with the Reds. So that's a nice little thing that he holds on to. Stroman tried to double up on that pitch down and in. De La Cruz watches it go, and it's 1-2. Gomes sets up outside. Breaking ball misses low. De La Cruz has worked the count back even. It's 2-2. What a line to this guy's name. Became the first major league player since the RBI became a statistic to produce in his first 40 career games. 44 hits, 5 homers, 17 RBIs, and 17 stolen bases. Stroman now gets him at the knees. Strike 3 called. De La Cruz down on strikes, 92 miles an hour, right at the knees. And it takes him 5 pitches to retire the Reds' leadoff guy, De La Cruz, down looking. And here comes TJ Friedl. Dead bit outside, ball 1. Friedl, another guy the Reds like. Full name, Terry Lee Friedl Jr. But who wants to say that? To shorten it to TJ. So tonight's a 4-game series, but if you really like these 3-game series, as only one 3-game series this season as he failed to reach base at any point in the 3 games. This one bounced to second baseman Nico Hoerner, and a short little throw over to Mancini, and Stroman, good work. First 2 guys down in order. Now it's Matt McLain's turn. McLain, this guy can slug. .530 slugging, leads all Reds hitters, and his 31 extra base hits were the second most by any Reds batter in the first 60 games of his career. Yes, 31 extra base hits in just 60 games. Takes strike 1 on the outer edge here. Stroman quickly back to work for the 0-1. Matt McLain got a tailing fastball that came right back into the heart of the zone, but all he can do is pop it foul. Now Stroman 1 strike away from pitching a 1-2-3 top of the first. Deep breath. And the 0-2. Just outside. Tried to work that fastball back into the outer edge. Jordan Baker wasn't giving it to him. 1-2. Strike 3 called. He went back to that same spot, this time with the slider, and this time he gets the call. Marcus Stroman puts the Reds down in order. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. He just needs 12 pitches to retire this side. 1-2-3 goes Cincinnati in the top of the first. The Cubs come to bat for the first time today on the other side of the break. Back in Wrigley for the bottom of the first inning. The Cubs look to take an early lead as Marcus Stroman helps his guys out to 1-2-3. Top of the first puts the Reds down in order. Now the Cubs offense goes to work. It all starts with Nico Hoerner, who leads the team in a ton of categories. And here he's swinging first pitch, which he does a ton. Fouls it back to the screen, and it's 0-1 against Andrew Abbott. Left-hand pitcher for the Reds, 1.90 ERA in 10 starts here in his rookie season. Hoerner leads the Cubs in stolen bases, RBIs, hit by pitches, triples, hits, runs, and at-bats. For a guy that was just signed to a 3-year deal, and for a guy that is still very young, that's just what you're looking for out of Nico Hoerner. Second pitch down low. It's 1-1. Abbott from the windup. Hoerner lines this one, left center and deep, and it's off the wall. Hoerner into second. He's got a lead-off double in ahead of the throw. And he's got Wrigley Field up and rocking early. Breaking ball, bottom part of the zone, gets the barrel to it. And just a little bit more air under that one, and it's a 1-0 ball game, but instead it's off the ivy. And now Seiya Suzuki with a prime RBI chance. First pitch of his at bat, outside corner, strike one. Seiya batting .252, but strikes out a lot, and that's something that the Cubs are looking to change. 0-1. Way outside. Mainly to dive to squeeze that one. Abbott features a fastball up there, about 92, 93 miles an hour. Curveball, slider, changeup. So he's got pretty much 4 basic pitches. 1-1. Seiya pops it up. Third base side. Towards foul territory. The catch is made right up against the seats by Matt McLean, and Hoerner has to stay put at first, so Suzuki cannot advance them, and it'll be up to Ian Happ to look to do something here. Happ batting from the right side. It's his less dominant side as a switch hitter. That's where he lines up against the lefty Abbott. First pitch to him, outside corner, called strike one. We've heard a lot about the rookies for the Reds. Abbott is one of them. One of 12 Reds players to make their major league debut this season, and one of 16 rookies to appear in a game this year. So not only have rookies been playing a lot for the Reds, have been given shots, but they've also delivered. You see De La Cruz, Christian Encarnacion, Strand, all these guys. Good starts to their career this season, and that's what's led to the Reds' success. All in the youngsters. 0-1. It's a bit down, maybe a tad in. Happ's worked the count even, 1-1. Saw Happ take those two first pitches. That's nothing new. 20% walk percentage, 29% strikeout percentage. So that only leaves their strike two on the inner edge. That only lives 51% of the times where he's not either striking out or walking. So he's really a three true outcomes guy. Now he's got a battle to try to drive in Hoerner after the leadoff double. 1-2. Line drive, right field, but right at Fraley. Hoerner will head back to second. Happ hit it hard, but Fraley barely had to move to make out number two. Here comes Cody Bellinger. Red hot July, and now he needs to come up clutch here, or else the Cubs will strain that leadoff double. Bellinger, the only lefty in the Cubs lineup tonight. First pitch swinging, popped up, out of play. What a crowd on hand at Wrigley tonight. That's what you expected. A lot of energy. That's what you need when you got a team aiming for the playoffs. And that's something this fan base has not been used to for quite some time. 0-1. Check back at the runner and delivery. Just a bit low. Bellinger's got those long legs. Doesn't usually get those called strikes right at the knees. And it helps that you've got a almost 7-foot tall umpire. 1-1. Right down the pipe. Bellinger let it go. 1-2. This guy has been one of the best hitters in the major leagues with 2 strikes, and that's really what's led to his success in this month of July. Now he needs another 2-strike hit. A lot of speed at second, and Nico Hoerner. Here comes. Lined foul. Back to the screen. Got a few fans to jump back there. There's a net. You don't need to jump. Abbott's 15th pitch upcoming. Already dripping sweat here on this 77-degree night in Chicago. Very comfortable. First, Bellinger will call time. Reds in their alternate road grays. Cubs in their home pinstripe whites. 1-2 to the Cubs cleanup hitter. Off the end of the bat, he got a piece. At bat continues. Infield shifted slightly to the right. 1-2 once again to Bellinger. Strike 3 right down the middle. He was sitting off speed, got a fastball right through sweet spot, but couldn't pull the trigger. Cubs squander on the leadoff double as the heart of their order cannot manage to take the lead. Reds back up to the plate when we return. Jake Fraley ready to lead off the Reds, top of the second inning. Jake Fraley batting cleanup tonight, and for a good reason. He leads the team in home runs with only 15. I guess I should say he's tied with Spencer Steer. But as I said in the open, the Reds are a team similar to the Cubs that do not live on the long ball, such as the powerhouses like the Rangers and the Braves and all those teams that you're used to seeing home runs on the highlight reels. The Cubs and Reds, not so much the same. Only 120 homers this season for the Reds. Good for 16th in the majors. And the reason why Fraley and Steer lead the team in homers with 15 is because they've been spread out. They got guys with 11, 14, a few guys with 7, guy with 9. So the production has been spread out. That's what's led to their success. Fraley has managed to lead the team in hits, and he's even missed 9 games after going on the IL after getting hit by a pitch back in mid-June. But since bounced back, and he's been on fire at the plate this year. Fouls the first pitch away, and then Stroman right back in for the 0-1. Tails outside. Fraley's also a steal threat. Earlier this season, on June 3rd, became the first Reds batter with a home run and 3 stolen bases in the same game. That's something to say that he accomplished. It's the Reds team that lead the MLB in stolen bases. Not surprising that they have all these guys that can run. Fraley now golfs one out towards right field. Bellinger and Suzuki in on it. Bellinger makes the play out toward the alleyway. Fraley's kind of got that uppercut swing, although that pitch was up in the zone. It still looked like he was going down for a low pitch, just the way that he was able to get his elbow up and extend through that ball. But all that goes down in the books is a fly out to the center fielder. Spencer Steer, 15 homers, obviously tied for Fraley, as I just mentioned. Another youngster on the Reds team. 1-0. K-Zone had it as a strike. Jordan Baker did not. I mentioned the production from these Reds rookies. Steer not only produces for the Reds, but he produces on the MLB stage. Leads rookies in hits, walks, and RBIs. And now a little squibber out in front of the plate. Gomes gets it and barehands it. Fires to first to beat him by a couple of steps. Good play from the veteran catcher, Yan Gomes. And there's 2 away. Here's Joey Votto, the Cubs killer. 48 home runs all time against the Northsiders. Missed quite some time this season. Has only played in 32 games. First pitch. The Belton on the outside corner for strike 1. He's been hot lately. Last 5 appearances, hitting .278. Pair 2-hit games in the mix as well. So he's been swinging it well in his yet another season from one of the greatest characters in the game. MVP and Hank Aaron Award winner way back in 2010 in the National League. Stroman bounces one off the plate here. That's 2-1. What we saw in that White Sox series is a lot of 2-out walks that came back to bite him. Lately, walks have been the issue. 48 on the season total for Stroman. It's become more of a problem as of late. 2-1. Hard hit into the gap, and Bellinger over there to cut it off. Votto will stay put with a single. It's the Reds' first hit of the game. It comes with 2 away, and Christian Encarnacion Strand, the rookie, will get a chance to bat here with 2 away. Encarnacion Strand, a recent call-up for the Reds. Take strike 1. Right through the middle of the strike zone. came up through the Twins organization, came over to Cincinnati in August 22. Was the number 5 prospect in this Reds organization coming into the year. Big swing and bigger miss. It's 0-2. Stroman from the stretch. Encarnacion Strand flails out to get a piece of that one. Gomes sets up high and outside. He got it low and outside for ball 1. 1-2. Stroman still has a lot to work with here. One hit aside, just getting going from Wrigley Field on the north side of Chicago. No score in the top of the second with 2 away. Stroman looking to put Strand away. Instead, it's sent right back up the middle. He made a mistake with 2 outs. Bellinger comes up firing to third. The throw hits Votto. Otherwise, it was right on the money. But the Reds get lucky, and they're going to be on the corners with 2 away. Back-to-back 2-out singles. Now an RBI chance for Will Benson. Risky go there from Votto. Bellinger's throw right on the money, but hit Votto right in the back of the hip. An unlucky break. Stroman has struggled with 2 outs, and it's the case again. Another 2-strike mistake. Saw too many of those last time out. Does it again here. Now he's got to face the tall and skinny Will Benson. Another left-handed bat. One of 5 left-handed bats in the Reds lineup tonight. First pitch, kind of a half swing there, and for a called strike. Oh, 1. Tried to elevate. No bite. Even at 1-1. Stroman looking to escape in the second inning. Last outing, gave up 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 4 in the fourth. So lately it's been getting off to rough starts, which has hurt him. Got Benson after he fouls that one away in a 1-2 hole. Needs to make a quality pitch here. Cannot give in. Encarnacion Strand at first. Votto at third. 1-2 to the Reds' 8-hole hitter. Weak little chopper foul, and he stays alive. Benson, this guy's got some pop. Seven homers on the season. Actually leads the team in triples with 4. Selected by Cleveland in the 4th round, 14th, or in the first round rather, 14th overall in 2016. And now there's one into right center field. 3 straight 2-out hits. Encarnacion Strand's got speed, and he takes a big turn, but they're going to hold him. A 2-out RBI double for Will Benson. The Reds take the lead, and they still got 2 guys in scoring position. Marcus Stroman. What is happening with him? So Benson comes through, and now it's Luke Maile. 2 more guys in scoring position. That's looked like a strike, but didn't get the call. (1-0) to the Reds catcher. That's in there for strike 1. So Stroman, I talked about it last stream. 2-out mistakes. It can't happen. Come back to bite me as a pitcher in my travel ball games. Come back to bite major leaguers, obviously, and just can't happen. 1-1, that's Lace. This is going to score 2 more. Right on the barrel of Mahle. He takes the turn. He heads to second. He's in there right ahead of the throw. 3-0 Cincy. They've gotten 4 straight 2-out hits. And that's going to draw a visit from Tommy Hottovy. So you look back at it. The Cubs get a leadoff double last inning. There's energy in the building. They didn't go 1, 2, 3. Pop out, line out, strikeout. Now the Reds come back. First 2 batters retired. What's Stroman doing? He's painting his off-speed stuff, but then he just leaves all these balls right in the middle of the strike zone. And it just cannot happen. At this stage in the season, can't happen. And it's hard to even trust him to go back out there on the mound time after time again the way he's looked lately. Now he's got to go through the order again. Elly De La Cruz. Mahle at second. First pitch. Ball 1 low. He's trying to get him low, but I feel like he's getting frustrated. Because Story coming in, he's got to live down in the zone. He's trying to live down, but he's not getting the calls down. So then he tries to overcorrect him. He's leaving him up right on these Reds hitters' barrels. That one just a bit too low. Reds hitters also are being very disciplined, not chasing anything. I feel like that's also something about Stroman's size. It's hard for him to get these chases at these pitchers low in the zone because of almost how short he is. I mean, it has less time to travel down. Working around De La Cruz carefully here. That's probably why Tommy Hottovy had the visit. Open base. Trying to be cautious. Friedl is on deck with Matt McLain in the hole. .30 swing at what would have been ball 4 for De La Cruz. Last time Stroman was out, put the Cubs in a 5-run deficit. They fought back, but against Abbott and the Reds, not as easy as it was against Lance Lynn and the White Sox. There's a 3-1 swing, and it's picked on the backhand by Mancini, and over to cover is Stroman, beating the speedy De La Cruz by a step. Stroman gets out of it, but not before the Reds score 3 runs. 4 straight 2-out hits. 3 runs come across to score. The Cubs looking for an offensive answer when we come back. Five, 6, 7. The Cubs order come up in the bottom of the second here, and against Andrew Abbott, and he's even more dangerous now. He's got a 3-run cushion after Stroman just again cannot get out of the inning with 2 outs. Went 5 up, 5 down to start the game. Then the hit from Votto, the hit from Encarnacion Strand, and then Benson and Mahle knocked in a couple of runs before De La Cruz finally grounded out to end the inning. But Stroman, 3 runs given up last time in the first 2. Same story goes here. The Cubs were able to fight back last time against the White Sox. They need to do the same here against Abbott and the Reds. Dansby Swanson starts the inning. First year of that 7-year deal coming over from the Braves. He's played a good shortstop this year, but struggled with you could say struggled, but it's more been up and down with the bat. First pitch, way inside. If we're asking for my opinion, it seems like he's taken too many strikes, too many first pitch strikes that he could ambush. Sometimes that's just the approach, but it seems that it's been just too much lately. Here he swings and he blasts one towards left center, and it's gone! Dansby Swanson answers right back, and the Cubs might have some energy. It's a 2-run game, 3-1. The score, it's been cut. Gets the barrel to the inside fastball, 397 feet, out towards left center in the bleachers. It's 3-1. Let's see if that wakes up this offense a bit. A leadoff shot for Lieutenant Dan here in the top of the second. That gives way for Yan Gomes, who takes strike one. Hey, didn't take that strike. Ambushed him on the second pitch of the at-bat. First strike he saw. Did not miss it. That'll get the guys going. One to Gomes, a bit down. There we go. Abbott working fast, 1-1, bounces that. That only traveled about 58 feet. Gomes catching tonight against Stroman, which we have not seen too much this year. It's been mainly Tucker Barnhart. Not the case tonight. Gomes hits that one hard. Way foul into the left field seats. Gomes looks to battle with 2 away here, batting .278 in 71 games this season. 2-2. Big cut. But he missed it in strikeout number 2 for Abbott and out number 1 in the second. Now Christopher Morel. This is a guy very capable of hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Called up mid-season, 62 games, and he has 16 homers in that time frame. He got a home run swing there, home run pitch. Could not do anything with it. He's played 9 games fewer than Patrick Wisdom and has 2 fewer home runs. And when Morel was initially called up, he almost caught Wisdom, and that time he had played 20, 30 fewer games. But Wisdom with some time on the IL. He sat out more recently since Madrigal's come back, and Morel's now almost caught up in games, but still impressive what he's done. Chases that, and now he's got a battle with 2 strikes. 2-2 from Abbott to Morel. Back-to-back strikeouts as Morel cuts through it. And Abbott has bounced back from that homer. And now Mancini will come up with 2 away and nobody on. Abbott narrowly used to giving up homers in only 10 starts. He had coming in and only allowed 8. But here in his 11th start, he's already allowed home run number 9. First pitch to Mancini. Outside edge gets the benefit of the doubt, and it's strike 1. Mancini didn't like the call, but with the pitch clock, this is a step right back in. No time to remember that. And he's got to move on to the next pitch, which is up at shoulder levels. One. Mancini flies this one. Right field, slicing into the seats. Now it's 2-strike count to Mancini. Abbott looking to strike out the side here after allowing leadoff homer. Cubs batting ninth to last in the majors in strikeouts, 947 of them this season. Reds are 24th worst in the MLB. Cubs 21st. 1-2. Mancini chases at the letters, and the inning is over. So, Dansby Swanson starts the inning with a solo blast, but then Gomes, Morel, Mancini all go down on strikes. Abbott, a good bounce back, but the Cubs bounce back after a rough inning defensively, and they get on the board. It is 3-1. Still part of the Reds order in to face Marcus Stroman once again here for the second time today. It's Friedl, McLean, Fraley after De La Cruz bounced out to end that 3-run top of the second for Cincinnati. Cubs got 1 run back, so the Red lead is 2. Cincy looking to add more on. Stroman looking to keep them in check. Reds on this road trip, they play the Nationals next series, but on this road trip, or I should say on the last 5 road trips, the Reds have been red hot in 31 games. They are 23-8 on the road. And on the season, this team is 30-23 on the road. 7 games over 500. They're only 2 over at Great American Ballpark. So they like playing on the road. If you're not used to seeing. On to TJ Friedl. Just a bit inside. Even at 1-1. Cubs pretty much even at both. 27-26 here at Wrigley. 26-26 on the road. 1-1 nearly hits Friedl on a slider that Stroman tried to get too fancy with. One thing record-wise that does separate these two teams is against division opponents. Reds 13-19 against NL Central opponents. Cubs 18-13, almost the opposite of that. Reds specifically struggled against the Brewers. 2-1. Appeal to first. He did not go, and it's 3-1, and Jordan Baker continues not to give that pitch at the knees. That's got to be frustrating for Stroman. It's definitely a strike. 3-1. Big swing. All he does is get off the end of the bat and taps it foul. Full count to TJ Friedl. Reds lead the NL Central. Milwaukee half a game behind. And the Cubs bringing up the rear 4 games back. Big full count pitch to Friedl. Lost him. Ball 4. And it's a leadoff walk. Walks kill Stroman. Leadoff guy is on now for Matt McLean. McLean promoted to Cincinnati on May 15th. Got called up from AAA Louisville. Struck out his first time up. Stroman has not recorded a strikeout since after having 2 in the first inning. Double play sounds nice here. Gomes sets up inside corner. First to check on the runner. Friedl back in plenty of time. Friedl 3 stolen bases this season, so you do have to watch out for him. There's another stat that is very scattered throughout this Reds team of stolen bases as they lead the majors in bases taken. Low and away, 2-0 to McLean, and Stroman's struggling to find strike zone now. Two and 0. Gets the call. That's a nice looking pitch there from Stroman. 2-1. First round selection from the Reds back in July of 2021 from the Reds, and made it up to the majors in just 2 years' time. Cuts through that one, and it's 2-2. Let's see if Stroman can make a pitch with 2 strikes here. Pitch clock at 2, and the throw to first just a bit late. So that's already Stroman's 2 disengagements in the inning, and if he wants to do it again, he'll have to get him out. Or else it'll be an automatic ball. New rule implemented this year. 2-2. Backup breaking ball. It was a mistake, but luckily got him just fouled away. Fraley is on deck with Steer in the hole. 2 dangerous hitters right there. Reds with the second best record in the MLB, trailing only the Braves since April 24th. And there's a hard hit ball picked up by Madrigal. There'll be no play at second. And now a bad throw, but Mancini comes off of first, applies the tag to record the out. Friedl was running, so he will advance to second. As Madrigal had no play, even though that ball was absolutely scorched. Throw a bit offline, but a good job for Mancini, knowing he was able to come off the base and still had time to smack the tag on McLean. So now Fraley comes up with 1 away and a runner in scoring position. A right on left matchup to the Reds cleanup hitter, 0 for 1. Flew out first time up to Cody Bellinger, and now thought that was his 3rd disengagement. Maybe I was just losing count. Maybe that doesn't even count as a disengagement. I'm not sure how that works. Oh. Fraley, foul ball. Jake Fraley, Reds leader in stolen bases. I had said Friedl only had 3 stolen bases. He has 16, and that's a big reason why he was going there. He can swipe those bases. Fraley has hit safely in 7 of his last 9 appearances. 0-1. That's laced right center. It's going to 3-hop to Bellinger. Easily scoring is Friedl. The Reds get the run right back. And it's 4-1. Off the end of the bat, but the strong hands of Fraley able to muscle that out towards right. Stroman's still in there. He's now got to face Spencer Steer. Looking for a double play to get out of the inning. It's ball 1 in the dirt. Ugh. Oh, 1 with a ground out here for Steer. Stroman about to throw his 57th pitch with just 1 out in the 3rd. Fouled off his own foot by Steer there. Steer, a National League Rookie of the Month in May, was batting .318 with 35 hits in 27 games in May. Obviously cooled off since, but still been a great bat. And there's a throw to first. That's going to be Isn't that an automatic ball? Because, like, he's thrown over the third. He's only thrown over the first 3 times, and I thought that was the rule that if you... I don't know. Maybe I'm making stuff up. 1-1. That's low. There goes Fraley, and the throw is way offline and way late. Fraley takes the bag. Stolen base number 19 for the Reds' stolen base leader. Another runner in scoring position. Stroman also threw that one in the dirt. He seems like he's trying to overcomplicate things out there. 2-1. In the dirt once again. Now the base open. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world to walk and go back to Votto. I mean, he had the hardest time with the bottom of the order last time, so interesting how he wants to approach it here. 3-1, check on the runner and the delivery. So I'm going to miss on the inside corner. Counts full. Reds feeling pretty good with the 3-run lead. Since the All-Star break, the Reds pitchers lead the majors with a 3.17 ERA. So gotta be feeling good where they are right now. Ball 4 looked good. Even more impressive that Steer did not bite on that pitch. And now it's first and second. And here's the always dangerous Joey Votto against the Cubs. Stroman low again. What an interesting stretch of starts this has been for Stroman. It just seems like he has not made any adjustments. 1-0. That's low again. It seems like he's not the kind of guy that can miss up and get swings and misses. He's got to work low to have success, but when he can't paint those low corners, as that's sent into right field, past the dive of Horner, coming to the plate's Fraley. He will score without a throw. Throw goes into third. It's late. It's 5-1 Reds, and they're at the corners once again with one away. And you got to take him out of the game. Get him out of the game. The season is on the line. Get him out of the game. They're keeping him in the game. Tommy Hottovese has a visit. And what an embarrassment to the Cubs Marcus Stroman has been as of late. Absolutely ridiculous. David Ross going to the bullpen phone here. Encarnacion Strand steps in. Already a few major league memorable moments for Encarnacion Strand. His first major league hit was a 3-run homer. Give the Reds a lead. With that hit, Votto's now 2 for 2. Stays hot against the Cubs. Encarnacion Strand already 1 for 1. He's got a 1-0 here. Bouncing ball to third. Madrigal goes to second for the out. no return throw to first. And it's 6-1. RBI fielder's choice. Will Benson RBI double in the 8th spot tonight. Guy on first, 2 away. Bounce back to Gomes for a foul ball. Got to imagine this is it for Stroman. Another short outing. Assad is next. Wonder how long until Assad becomes a starter again. He was a starter last year, kind of struggled, but boy, has he been good out of the pen this year. And now the 0-1, that's low. And you wonder how long it's going to take for Stroman to get back to his first half self. Because lately it's just been an absolute joke. 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. It's 2-1. Pitch number 70 coming up in the 3rd inning. Loss tonight puts the Cubs back at 500 after they got 2 over. This will be their 2nd straight loss after winning 8 in a row. They're strike 2 on the corner. Two-two, Benson, fly ball, deep left center, but the wind's going to hold that one up. Happ makes the catch a few steps in front of the track. The Reds add 3 more on. Stroman's night, most likely, hopefully, should be done. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Cubs offense, it's been fine through 2 innings, but they aren't getting much help from their pitcher, Marcus Stroman, for 5th or 6th straight time. It's 6-1 Reds as we go bottom 3. The Cubs have another 5-run comeback in them. It's not likely, but they're going to need it if they want to get back to 2 games above 500 and back to 3 games within the division lead, who is the Cincinnati Reds. They're in first place this late in the full season for the first time since the end of 2012, and that was the last time they won the NL Central. They're doing it on their Andrew Abbott tonight. They've gotten 10 quality starts leading up to tonight from this young rookie. First 2 pitches to the Cubs' 9-hole hitter, Nick Madrigal, are outside. Stroman with his 5th rough start in a row or so, as that's outside corner. K-Zone had it too far outside. Jordan Baker called it strike 1. Now, 2-1, 3-0 is a big difference. Madrigal, good hitter really in a count, though. Obviously came over with Cody Hoyer from the White Sox for Craig Kimbrell 2 seasons ago. Cody Hoyer yet to see major league action for the Cubs as he's struggled with injuries. Madrigal's been a good pickup. He's played a good third base and has been good at the plate. Recently returned from injury. And the count 3-1 here. That's ball 4, leadoff walk to Madrigal here in the third. Good start getting the leadoff guy on. Stroman, the side warming up in the bullpen, you have to imagine that his night is done. If it is, that would be 3 innings for Stroman. He went 3 1/3 last time, 9 hits, 7 runs. This time it's 6 hits, 6 runs. First pitch to Hoerner, strike 1. Doubled off the wall his first time up to start the game. The Cubs then failed to score. A 1, just a bit low. Pitch number 40 about to be delivered from Abbott. Madrigal can steal, might steal. 7 steals so far this season. 1-1 to Hoerner, up and away. Abbott's trying to find that release point on that breaking pitch so far tonight. Joined the Reds taxi squad on June 4th and has since gone on to make those 10 starts and has been untouchable. Strike 2, outside corner to Hoerner. It's 2-2. It's a good pitch there. Already got 4 strikeouts tonight, and he's got high strikeout numbers. Struck out 12 in a game earlier this season. And here, Hoerner, good 2-strike swing just to get a piece of that. An emergency swing. David Ross chirping from the dugout at Jordan Baker about something. That's kind of interesting after a foul ball. Two and two, left on right matchup. Hoerner, hard ground ball. It's a fair ball. It's down the line. Kicks off the sidewall. Madrigal into third. Hoerner's going to go into second. It's another double for Hoerner, his second of the game. The Cubs got 2 guys in scoring position with nobody away for Suzuki. It's very similar pitch to what Hoerner got his double on last time. This time he takes it down the line. Madrigal, a good jump. He's thinking 3 all the way. Hoerner stays hot. First pitch to Seiya. Down low. Appeal to first on the check swing. Did not go. Ball 1. One out. Seiya! Fly ball! Deep right center! Caught on the run by Fraley. Madrigal and Hoerner will tag. It scores a run. It's 6-2. Seiya hit it hard, but the wind helped that one a bit, and Fraley playing over into that right center gap, it appeared. Just too much air underneath it, but it goes as a sac fly. Hoerner moves up a bag. Madrigal scores, and it's 6-2. Chip away, chip away. And now Happ with an RBI opportunity there. Takes ball 1. Reds have scored 3 runs in back-to-back innings. The Cubs have now scored 1 run in back-to-back innings, and this should make it 3 as Happ flies one to center field. It's caught by Fraley, but he won't even try to throw it as that's back-to-back sac flies, and it's 6-3. So Bellinger looks to get some more base runners going here. After getting the first two guys on, it's a little disappointing that they could not get Suzuki or Happ to get hits and generate more base runners. But they do jobs and at least get those runs in. As Bellinger, big swing, and it's sky-high pop-up. Votto towards the tarp, watches it go about 6 or 7 rows deep. Bellinger, this red-hot July, which he's gotten 39 hits, 8 homers, 24 RBIs, batting .406 in the month of July, and he's 6 for 18 in the last 5 games. So a bit of a cool down lately, but it's still been extremely good. 15 homers on this season, 8 of them in the month of July, and he's even spent some time on the IL. And here's home run number 16. How far will it? Oh my gosh, it didn't even go out. Instead, Fraley dropped it. The wind absolutely knocked that one down like crazy. The wind is playing minus 17 feet tonight. And that was on full display there. Thought for sure that baby was getting out of there. Home run swing. Home run reaction from all the fans. Just a bit too high and maybe off the end of the bat just a bit. It hit off of Fraley's glove up against the ivy. He probably should have caught it. On any other night, if the wind was not whipping this hard, that's 6-4 ball game and Bellinger's 16th home run of the season. We'll see how they'll rule it. I'm ruling that a hit. And that's going to be a double for Bellinger. Now here comes Dansby. Homered last time up. If he does that again here, it's a 1-run game. Reds pitching coach takes a quick visit before Swanson comes to bat. What an awkward looking play up against the wall there. From Fraley. Big spot for Dansby, looking to keep the momentum in this inning on the Cubs side at least. Strike one outer edge. Strike zone's been a bit iffy tonight, and Dansby's letting Jordan Baker know it. Good long conversation with him. K-Zone had it as a strike coming back on that outer edge as a curveball. Dansby did not think so. 0-1 at the Cubs shortstop in the 5-hole tonight. Takes up and away. Bellinger with good speed should score on a base hit. Swanson with that homer picked up RBI number 45 on the season. Would love to make it 46 and or 47 here. Curveball at the letters, ball 2. And hitters count here for Swanson. Two 1 to Swanson, spiked. Abbott wants a new baseball. 3-1 to Swanson. Gomes is on deck. Morel in the hole. Both struck out their first time up at the plate. Making Abbott work a bit here in the 3rd inning. They've caught him for 2. They're refusing to go away in this ball game. 3-1. Big swing and a miss from Swanson, and the count's full. So that was his swing there. Home run swing, just caught a bit out in front. Now you shorten up and try to just find a hole. Bring in Bellinger. Steer the second baseman, positioned a bit towards second. Votto a bit off the bag at first. McLean and De La Cruz playing pretty standard on the left side. 3-2 to do Dansby Swanson. Outside ball 4, and Yan Gomes at the plate as the tying run. Here's Gomes outside. Struck out his first time up and already in a big spot in the bottom of the third. Curveball bends in there. Last game I streamed, the Cubs came from behind by 5. Looking to do it again tonight. Down 6-1 coming in the bottom of the third. They've scored 2. Gomes is the tying run. Line drive. Base hit. It's going to get into the gap. Bellinger's coming around to score. Swanson to third. Yan Gomes delivers. And it's a 2-run game. And the go-ahead run is at the plate in Christopher Morel. Oh, baby. Don't go anywhere. Christopher Morel, this guy can take him deep. Strike 1. Right in Morel's sweet spot, but he let it go. Strikeout for him last time. Popped up. Back behind the plate, and it'll get a couple rows deep. And now Morel's behind 0-2. Needs a battle. This is pitch number 31 for Abbott this inning, which he's not really used to, as he's been really efficient in his outings this year. Season high, 8 innings pitched, 2 times out ago against San Francisco. 6 innings last time. Morel hard hit. Nearly took out Cubs third base coach Willie Harris. But he's been a very consistent 6 inning, 7 inning guy this year. Only 2 starts under that. 1 against St. Louis, 1 against Milwaukee. But 8 of his other 10 have been 7 innings or 6 innings plus. But here's 63 pitches in the third. That's outside. 1-2. Reds in first place this far along in the season for the first time since 2012. But the Cubs giving them a fight here. 1-2. Nearly threw it to the backstop. It's 2-2. Morel deep breath. The energy is starting to get high here at Wrigley. David Bell, Reds manager, looks on. Swing and a miss. Morel's down on strikes. However, the Cubs go for 3 runs in the bottom of the third. They get the 3 runs right back. And just like that, they are within 2. RBIs from Yan Gomes. Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki. It's a whole new ball game. 6-4 through 3. This inning is big for the Cubs as just picked up 3 runs. They just got back to within 2. They made it a game once again. So now they got to find a way to keep it where it's at, keep chipping away on the offensive end, and see what happens. It's going to be 9-1-2 for the Reds here. Maile, De La Cruz, Friedl. The Reds try to add on or leave it at this 2-run lead. 6-4. We're only in the top of the 4th inning. Plenty more baseball to go. Lots more baseball to play. The Reds have scored 3 runs in the last 3 innings. Then enter Javier Assad. Stroman's night is done, as we all figured. He goes 3 innings, allowing 6 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Stroman. Now it's a new pitcher, Javier Assad, who has been on fire as of late. Faces Luke Maile, 1-for-1, first pitch fastball, ball 1. Maile, double last time up, drove in a run, drove in 2 runs, Strand and Benson. Now it's 1-0. Fouled it off of himself in the box, so it's just a foul ball strike. It's 1-1. Breaking ball, outside corner. Gomes kind of pulled it down like he thought it was a ball, but Jordan Baker gave him the call. One, 2. Check swing back to the mound. Assad flips to Mancini, out number 1. And it's back to the top of the order for the star rookie, Maile De La Cruz. De La Cruz, last time he was up, we saw that speed, and although he was retired on a ground ball back to the pitcher, on the ground ball to first, that had to flip to the pitcher, he almost beat it out. That speed helped him get a triple the other night in Atlanta, or in L.A. A lot of you saw that clip as it was all over the place. But he also hit for the cycle against Atlanta. 7th cycle in Reds history. Currently on a 4-game hitting streak, and he's hit safely in 6 of his last 7. So this guy's doing good stuff currently. He's done good stuff in the past, and that's been the story of his major league career, this very young major league career. Heck, 2-0, but then Assad works back, it's 2-1. De La Cruz, an imposing figure in the box. Stands tall. Not an easy guy to pitch to. Assad misses high there. It's 3-1. Already his 3rd plate appearance in the 4th inning here for De La Cruz. Gomes sets up on the outside corner. Came right down the middle, but De La Cruz pulled his head and he's bit out in front. Foul ball, full count. Upcoming on pitch number 10 of Assad's inning here. Stroman started as a lefty, and the Reds have been better against lefties this season. All right, excuse me. Stroman starting as a righty. Reds have been better against lefties this year, but still a winning record against righties. 39-37, but they struggle against the righty Assad there. De La Cruz, swing and a miss. It's Strikeout number 1 for Javier Assad. Beautiful little cutter there right underneath the barrel. First 2 batters retired. Here's TJ Friedl, a little lefty. You go from 6'5 plus De La Cruz to the 6-foot looking TJ Friedl here. Hard to adjust to that strike zone. 1-0. Gomes low in a crotch and low and outside for ball 2. Second straight batter Assad's gifted the first 2 balls to. Center cut cutter. A swing there from Friedl, but a bit dippy. That's a foul ball. Reds entering tonight after that win against LA. They were able to get a positive run differential, which now means that the Cubs are not the only team in the Central with a positive run differential, but the Cubs still comfortably got it locked up. Plus 57 run differential. Reds only plus 3. They've done it with the stolen bases, tied with the Rays for the most in the majors. They have never given up. 35 come from behind wins. That's tied for the league lead. And here they have a 2-out walk in the form of TJ Friedl as Assad loses them. McLean's coming up with a runner on first and 2 away. That's Friedel's second walk of the ballgame. Not only have they done it with come from behind wins, stolen bases, they've done it in extra 7-4 1-run games, 23 and 21. Last 10, they're 7-3. They've also gotten all this help from all these star rookies that we've been talking about all night long. McLean batting third tonight, but he has a strikeout and a ground out. He's 0 for 2. Friedl with a lot of speed over there at first, and now Assad's struggling to find the strike zone. Yan Gomes says calm down. It's 2-0. Friedl, 16 stolen bases, third on the team, behind only Fraley and De La Cruz. So watch out for him over there, too. And there he goes, and they did not get him. Perfect throw from Gomes, but just a split second too late. We'll see if David Ross wants to check it. The pitch was in there for a strike, and Friedl is indeed safe. They do not want to challenge. David Ross could run his money 15 for 30 on challenges, which is not a bad percentage this year, but not worth risking it this early in the game, especially when it was that obvious. 2-1. Oh, beautiful pitch. Did not get the call, though. The whole ball was in the strike zone, but Jordan Baker said, yeah, no. 3-1 with a base open. Got to be careful here, but the always dangerous Jake Fraley's on deck. Side checks the runner and delivers. Ground ball, just foul. Third base side. Little flip from Madrigal to Willie Harris. Big chuckle from Willie Harris sitting on the bench, but usually is the Cubs' third base coach. And a big full count offering upcoming. Next inning, the Cubs will have Mancini, Madrigal, Horner due up. That's ball 4. Good eye from McLean. Back-to-back 2-out walks from Assad. He's having the same problems as Stroman did. And another visit from Tommy Hotovy. Mound visit number 3 already in this game. You only get 6, and we're only in the 4th inning. The Cubs have used 3 of them. So Fraley, RBI last time up. He's got another RBI chance here. Also scored a run after a stolen base. Big spot. Assad looking to keep this deficit where it's at. First pitch. Popped him up on the infield. Madrigal right on the third base bag. Squeezes it. One pitch, one out to retire Fraley. Assad works around the 2-2 out walks. And the inning is over. The Cubs back to bat. They're only down 2. They've got 8-9-1 when we return, looking to keep chipping away. That's the first start in 3 starts that Andrew Abbott has allowed a run. Yes, he has allowed 0 runs in the last 2 starts, and this is the most runs he has allowed since back on July 7th against Milwaukee. So good job by the Cubs to do that. They're still down 2. We're looking to add on more here. Mancini, first pitch swinging, jam shot sent foul up and over the netting into the seats. Struck out first time up, leads off the bottom of the 4th here. Tomorrow, it's Ben Lively against Justin Steele in Game 2 of this 4-game series. Righty, Ben Lively for the Reds. Lefty, Justin Steele for the Cubs. And check swing for Mancini. No go. 1-1. Abbott had to throw up over 30 pitches last inning. This will be number 69 total here. Way outside from the left-handed rookie. Reds got to this point with a 12-game winning streak back in the middle of June. And they've also gone on a few good streaks since then. 7-3 in their last 10. That now puts them at first place in the division. Full count upcoming to Trey Mancini. The Brewers, who was a half game back of the Reds, trails the Nationals 5-3. Good news for both of these clubs. 3-2 to Mancini. It's outside. Back-to-back innings with a leadoff walk. Mancini's aboard for Nick Madrigal, who is the tying run. Madrigal's not a guy who will tie this ball game. He has only been tagged with 1 long ball this season. Madrigal takes strike 1, the belt for strike 1. Reds tonight start an 11-day, 10-game road trip. Cubs start a 7-game homestand. They will play the Rays next. 0-1. Madrigal tried to take that one the opposite way, but sent it foul. And a height difference between Nick Madrigal and home plate umpire Jordan Baker. Very large. 0-2. Foul ball stays alive. Season, the Reds have absolutely eaten alive the Cubs. They're 4-1. And they swept series at Wrigley. The only win the Cubs picked up against Cincinnati was at Great American Ballpark. One of those games got postponed, so they will play that later on this season. 0-2. Madrigal, fly ball center left field. Just got under it a bit. Benson is in, and he makes the play for out number 1. Mancini retreats to first, and that's back to the top of the order for Nico Hoerner, who is 2 for 2 tonight. And David Bell will not let Andrew Abbott face this Cubs lineup for a third time. He is done after 3 1/3 innings of work. So the Cubs will now get into the Reds bullpen in the 4th inning. Andrew Abbott with his shortest outing of the year here on this Monday night at Wrigley. We're going to take a quick break. Reds go into the bullpen when we return. Let's go into the bullpen. It's a bullpen that has been very good this year, almost better than the starters. ERA for the starters, 5.18. For the bullpen, it's been 3.89 this season. Another young bullpen. That's what the Reds are all about, young talent. Only 180 earned runs and 46 homers just allowed in 416 innings of work for this Reds bullpen this season. Runner on first and in to face Nico Hoerner is Farmer. Into the game for the Reds, it is Buck Farmer. Country boy name there. 2 appearances on the road trip for the Reds. And here, Hoerner bounces one to second. They'll tag Mancini for 1. Hoerner slides to first. They call him out, and in no world was he out. He beats him by a mile on the slide. And David Ross says, no, he says keep playing. So that's a 1 pitch that turns into 2 outs. Hoerner bounces into a double play. That one hurts. That's all Farmer needed. 4-3 double play to get the Reds out of the inning. Spencer Steer leads off the top of the fifth for the Reds, holding on to this 2-run lead. He's one of these guys that comes to mind when you think about Reds rookies this season. Leads the National League rookies in hits, walks, and RBIs, while also ranking second in extra base hits and total bases. He's getting on base. He's helping others out. He's doing everything right. So Buck Farmer came into the game, just needed one pitch to get 2 outs after the double play from Hoerner. A side back to work for the Cubs against Steer, and it's strike 1 call. A 1, that one tails back to the outside edge. Nice pitch. 0-2, and now Assad, a lot of weapons to work with here. 0 for 1 for Steer. Walked last time up and scored a run. In that 3-run third inning. Side with a waste pitch there to make it 1-2. Another waste pitch on the slider. In the other's batter's box, it's 2-2. Side got himself in some trouble with two out walks last inning. Able to work out with it after he got Fraley to pop out to end the inning. Now a 2-2. Popped him up. Right side. Tailing off towards the seats, and it'll get into foul play. Man, that wind is really whipping. That looks like a pop-up to just right field first base, but it ended up in the crowd, and we'll have to do that 2-2 over. Steer, in his last 6 games, has 4 2-hit games. He's reached safely in 6 of those. Foul tipped into the mid of Gomes. Strikeout for the first out here in the top of the 5th. And it's strikeout number 2 for Javier Assad. Steer just had to lunge at that one in kind of a desperation swing at the last second. Now it's Joey Votto, 2 for 2, the Cubs killer. He got a good pitch to hit there, but cannot do anything with it. First in his career against the Cubs, he ranks second among all active players. 48 homers, trailing just Albert Pujols, who was another Cubs killer. 0-1 bounces in. Votto will go get that ball himself. Gotta love the character. One Votto swings through it. Joey came off the injured list on June 19th, 60-day IL. Homered in his second plate appearance back, an electric moment there at Great American Ballpark. Takes the 1-2 there. Draw the count even at 2s. And with that homer, he joined Hall of Famer Tony Perez as the only Reds player to homer in their season debut 4 times. Plenty of opening day homers. Now the homer coming back from the injured list. Plenty of memorable moments in the career of Joey Votto. Here he's got a full count as Assad missed with another one there. Three-two. Strike 3 called. Fastball inner edge. Froze him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Assad. And there's 2 down. What a gorgeous pitch. Encarnacion Strand smacks one into right center. Suzuki will play it off the wall. Strand's looking two. He will have two. It's a 2-out double for the rookie sensation, Christian Encarnacion Strand. He's reached base for the third time today on his second hit. And it's another 2-out hit from these Reds. First pitch ambush. What a laser. Got the bat elevated to that high fastball, and now you got to go after Will Benson. 277 with 7 homers, 20 RBIs. Looking for 21 here as he's got a guy in scoring position with 2 away. That's ball 1 below the knees. 95 miles an hour from Assad. Still young. Cubs like the talent out of their young relievers. They got a lot of young players down in AAA, one of which their number 1 prospect, Pete Crow Armstrong, got called up to AAA today. And now Benson, fly ball center field, sends Bellinger back. The wind helps once again, though, as on the edge of the warning track, Bellinger makes the catch. Assad pitches his second straight scoreless inning. Suzuki, Happ, Bellinger, the heart of the Cubs lineup coming up, as they still are much in this game, only down 2. Well, we're back for the bottom of the 5th. Buck Farmer's most likely going to take the mound for the second inning in a row. Came in, only needed 1 pitch to get out of the bottom of the 4th, and got Horner to ground in to a double play after the leadoff walk of Mancini. But Farmer comes into this game as David Bell's option, but Hunter Green, he's a guy that usually would be in this role as kind of an extended reliever. They can use him as a closer. They can use him as an extended reliever. They can use him as whatever. He is a guy that can throw some gas, and he definitely a guy they are missing on the 15-day injured list. They're also missing Jonathan India, second baseman, on the 10-day with an injured left foot. That's new news. Just yesterday, got placed on the IL. Hunter Green went on the IL on June 19th. He's supposed to have a rehab assignment tomorrow. The Arizona complex. Kurt Casale, the catcher, also missing from that lineup. Luke Maile filling in instead. Kind of half-hearted swing there from Seiya Suzuki, who's in 0 for 2. What else is new? Did driving around on a sac fly last time up. 1-2 to Seiya. Really struggled lately. Here he lunges to stay alive and foul it back. Reds bullpen, as I said, very good. Farmer's been a part of that. 1-2. Seiya watches it go high. Farmer's not allowed to run in any of his last 4 appearances in 3 2/3 innings pitched. Just 1 hit allowed in that time frame. And he's got Seiya down on strikes here. Ian Happ, 0 for 2 as well. Hit it hard first time up, but for an out, and he also Hit one well last time, but wind held it in, and it just worked out as a sac fly. First pitch swinging for me, and the bottom just dropped out of that one from Farmer. Happ shakes his head, saying, I know what you got now. Bring it to me again. Same pitch. Same result. And it's 0-2. Happ's got to strap in now. Watch his fastball up the letters. Chase pitch there from Farmer. Watch out for the off speed here. That's what I'm sitting if I'm Ian. Bit of a choke up. Batting from the left side for the first time tonight. Not an easy pitch to lay off there. He did not go breaking ball. He went fastball back at the top of the zone. Just a bit too high. Even at 2-2. Right on left matchup to the Cubs switch hitter. Farmer tried to go back to that pitch that he got Happ to swing at twice earlier in the at-bat. Not the case there. And Ian's fought back to make it a full count. One away, bottom of the fifth. Cubs trailed 6-1. They got 3 runs in the third. Now it's only trailed 2. And Happ fight back in the at-bat. All to just strike out. Farmer's got some velo behind that fastball tonight. And Bellinger's in. Doubled his last time up. Looked like it was way out of here. Ended up being off the wall. In right field. Home run would be nice here. To the tall lefty, Cody Bellinger. Taken all the way for strike 1. Fastball right through the heart. Swanson is on deck in case Bellinger reaches here with 2 away. Ground ball up the middle, but they were shifting the lefty, and that's just a ground ball out to Matt McLain. Good work. It's another scoreless inning for Buck Farmer, and he remains on point out of this Redheads bullpen. We're going to the 6th. Cubs still down 2. Well, we're back for the top of the 6th inning. Let's talk about the standings a bit here. Cubs 4 games back in the Central. They are 3.5 games back in the wild card of a playoff spot. The Brewers, at least last time I checked, trailed the Nationals. And that game has gone final. Nationals beat the Brewers in game 1 of that series. So Milwaukee will not gain any ground. The Reds with a chance to gain a full game. That would put them a game and a half in the lead. And for a game that was only 6-4 going into the 4th, it's now 6-4 going into the 6th. And although it's not a one-run game, it's a close game. And in one-run games this season, the Reds have gone 23-21. Cubs, not the same story. They have struggled, and they are 11-12 in one-run games. Catcher Luke Maile leads off the inning. Ball 1 outside. Javier Assad back out there for the 3rd inning of work. And Luke Maile, he's got an interesting story. 18-15 in his 33 starts as a catcher. So they've liked it when he's been behind the plate. But his cousin, Was a tight end at Notre Dame and was selected by the Raiders in the second round of the NFL draft here in 2023. So plenty of big league talent, just in different sports for the Maile brothers. Went to Covington Catholic High School in Park Hills, Kentucky, right across the river, just 3 miles from downtown Cincinnati. One-two to the Reds' 9-hole hitter. De La Cruz will bat for the 4th time. Next, followed by Friedl. The 1-2. Maile wanted to go, but he was able to lay off on that slider, darting down and away at 81 miles an hour. Cubs have won 30 of the last 43 night games against the Reds here at Wrigley Field. That one's hit hard. Sliding play. Swanson gets up. Throw to first. Oh, what a play from Dansby. They signed him to a 7-year contract. His bat can be up and down at sometimes, but one thing that seems to always be on is that defense. Smooth slide and then an absolute dime to Mancini at first to beat Maile by 2 steps. And Assad appreciates that from his veteran shortstop. Elly De La Cruz in now, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out to first. Dansby Swanson, we're going to mention that. He's got 12 outs above average, which is 2nd in the majors at shortstop. He's just been so good managing that spot this year in 91 games. 1-1. De La Cruz doubled up on that spot, and it's 2-2. From the windup, 1-2. Ground ball to Horner. Plays it on a couple of hops and lobs it to Mancini. Out number 2. De La Cruz bounces out once again, and he is 0 for 4. Four-three put out there, and TJ Friedl is in. Assad has pitched 2 scoreless innings, but can make it the first 1-2-3 inning of his outing here. If he can retire Friedl, who has been a tough out. 2 walks, and there's ball 1. 2 walks and a ground out for Friedl. Came in batting .285, one of the top guys on this Reds team. 1-0 too high, and he's in a good spot to walk yet again. Not afraid to take his walks, 26 of them this season. Spencer Steer leads the team. He's already got 1 walk tonight. 2-0, that's in there for a strike. Steer has 44 walks. That sounds like a lot, but Ian Happ has 73 walks to lead the Cubs. It's 20% of his at-bats. 2-1 to Friedl. Ooh, nearly hit him. It's 3-1. 2 outs. Can't have 2 out walks. Got to make a couple of good pitches here. Friedl with a big 3-1 swing pops it up and out of play. Side ready to deliver pitch number 52 here in his 3rd inning of work. It's a full count to Friedl with 2 away. The bases are empty. In a 6-4 ball game on the north side of Chicago. Game 1 of this 4-game series, a huge 4-game series at that. 3-2. Popped him up. Back behind the plate. Gomes has a play, and he makes the catch. Made that one look easy from the veteran catcher up against the screen. Good work from Assad. He works back on Friedl and puts the Reds down in order. Cubs need 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. So we go to the 6th. Let's see if the offense can get a rally going here. Big inning for the boys in white coming up here. They trail by 2. They still got 4 more at-bats left. But the 6th inning feels big because after this, you start getting into this. You start getting in late. Reds can mess around with the relievers and everything. So they got to get something going here. They've got middle of the order, Swanson, Gomes, Morel. Those 3 are combined 2 for 5 tonight with a walk. And Dansby Swanson leads off the inning with home run already tonight. That got the Cubs on the board back in the 2nd. And here he hits one sky high out of play. New pitcher for the Reds. It is Fernando Cruz. Comes in after Buck Farmer. Good work. Inning and a 3rd. Cruz starts his night against Swanson, and after getting that foul ball, he gets a chase, and it's 0-2 to Dansby. Fernando Cruz, last 20 appearances, 2.14 ERA in 21 innings. Another guy out of this Reds bullpen that has been really reliable. Comes in the 6th here. 0-2 on Swanson. Swing and a miss. He's down on 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Here comes Yan Gomes. 31 away. Splitter to get Swanson there from Cruz. Line drive, and Yan Gomes has a second base hit of the day, the first of which, first by any Cubs batter off of a reliever. And they have something going here for Christopher Morel, who was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Now Morel trying to just put a ball in play and waves and misses on a pitch. That's 2 feet outside. Morel way out on his front foot, and he just has to relax. I mean, he's nowhere close to hitting these pitches. As now he's one strike away from striking out for the third time today. Swing and a miss, and he's down on 3 pitches, and he has struck out for the third time today. Again, way out in front. Now with 2 outs, it's Trey Mancini. Gomes still at first. Mancini has the tying run here in the 6th inning. Madrigal is on deck, and that's all they actually ask for. Out of Cruz, he faced his 3 batters. And they're going to the bullpen once again. We'll see who it is once we're back from the break. That's turning to the lefty, Alex Young here after Cruz goes 2/3 innings. Alex Young this season has been pretty darn good, as that's just what you expect out of the Reds. Has not allowed a run since an unearned run on June 30th. 12 games is 12 games of a scoreless streak. And here is pinch hitter Mike Tauchman in for Trey Mancini. We thought this would come once Mancini faced a lefty, or faced a righty, they would pinch hit Tauchman. Not the case. Tauchman fouls the first pitch away and then takes ball 1 inside there. Tauchman's the tying run, batting .269, 5 homers in 56 games this season. Ground ball up the middle. It was deflected, but able to smear that one is McLean. He steps on second for the out. 3 pitches, gets Young out of the inning. Cubs get a hit, but fail to score. And they're running out of chances. 9 more outs. We go to the 7th. Cubs still down 2. Assad is back on the mound for inning number 4. Last 9 appearances, 21 2/3 innings. He's allowed 1 earned run in that span. Cubs defensive changes. It's just what we saw coming. Tauchman goes to center. Bellinger moves to first. Mancini is out of the game. And now here's a little chapper. Swanson charges, springs to first in time. Beat McLean by a step. And it's out number 1 in the 7th. First pitch now to Jake Fraley, who's in for his 4th time. He's 1 for 3 thus far. For the most part, the Cubs have kept his dangerous bat under control tonight. And the hit tonight, he's now hit safely in 8 of his last 10 games. Big swing there, and it's back-to-back foul balls off the screen. It's 0-2. Very versatile player. He's played 40 games in right field, 23 in left. 20 in left, 41 starts in right, and 9 starts at designated hitter, so they can put him all over the outfield. And there he's down on strikes. 3 pitches for out number 2. And Assad is dealing. He's got his 3rd strikeout. Not normally a big strikeout guy, but he's used to his advantage today with 3 of them. Popped up foul. Side from the windup, outside. To Spencer Steer. Struck out last time we faced Assad in the 5th inning. Assad entered the game in the 4th. Stroman went 3 innings, 6 runs on 6 hits. Fastball down and away. So you're second on the team and go-ahead RBIs with 15 of them. Don't need any of those right now. The Reds comfortably up 2. The Cubs offense has not done really anything since the 3rd inning. No offense has done anything since the 3rd inning. The bullpens have been very good. 3-1. That's low. Another 2-out walk from Javier Assad. Another 2-out base runner reached. Second 2-out walk for Assad today. And it's the fifth walk issued by Cubs pitchers. Now you got to deal with Joey Votto. 2 for 3 on the evening. Throw over to first. Steer back standing up. And now David Ross is going to come out and take the ball from Assad. He's not going to let him face Joey Votto. Guess they just threw over to first just to give Daniel Palencia a bit more time. Palencia is going to come into the game. The hard-throwing righty takes over for Javier Assad. What an outing for him. He gets a great ovation from this Wrigley Field crowd. Can Palencia keep the Reds offense in check? Got to imagine they're just asking him to finish this top of the 7th. Pitching change. Daniel Palencia in the game, and we're back. Another incredible night for Javier Assad. Goes 3 2/3 innings, 0 hits, 0 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And what a job after Marcus Stroman. Looked like making it look like this offense was the best in the big leagues. After his 3 innings pitched, he gave up 6 runs. Assad, for the second straight time, comes in, relieves Stroman, does an excellent job. So now gives way to Daniel Palencia. He's been good out of the pen as well. He can throw hard, and here on one pitch, he gets a pop-up. Madrigal barely has to move at third base. 1 pitch, 1 out to end the inning for Palencia. We're going to take another break. Cubs back to bat when we return. It's stretch time at Wrigley. Bottom 7. Here we come in this 2-run game. Yet another new reliever in the game for Cincinnati. It is Lucas Sims. 41 in the 3rd inning. 44 games this year, 3.7 ERA. And what else is new from this Reds bullpen? Right-hand pitcher. The other night against LA, 3 runs scored against them, snapping his scoreless streak at 5 games. Looking to bounce back here today. Starts against Nick Madrigal, and he hits him on the first pitch. The leadoff guy's aboard. As we go to the top of the order, it grazed his jersey. And the tying run has come to the plate. It's Nico Hoerner. Madrigal will take that. Just graze the jersey. Doesn't hurt a bit. That's a leadoff base runner. Now Hoerner, ball 1 outside. Reds bullpen has been good so far tonight. 1-0 outside corner. Good for a strike. Now they'll throw over to Madrigal. He's back in time. One checked his swing. No go, says first base umpire Mark Carlson, and it's 2-1 to Nico. 2 for 3. He's hit a few balls hard. Double off the wall first time up. Start off the Cubs offensive day. Nearly got out of here. 2-1 from the stretch. Madrigal goes, and he's got a stolen base as the throw is low. Can't be handled. And the Cubs have a runner in scoring position with nobody away. Madrigal stolen base number 8 on the season for him. Now Hoerner with an RBI chance. 3-1. Strike 2. What a pitch to hit there. Nico let it go. Sims can't. Don't be surprised if you see him come back out in the 8th, depending on how this goes. This is he's come out 7 times for more than 1 inning, but he loses Hoerner there. And the go-ahead run is at the plate in Seiya Suzuki. And a mound visit here. Sims has faced 2 batters. Hit by pitch, followed by a walk. But now that puts the double play back in order. Julian Merriweather getting loose in the Cubs bullpen. He's been good lately. Reds also have some action in their pen. Big spot for Seiya. Ball 1 low. Maybe a bit outside. Fans starting to buzz a bit here at the friendly confines. 0 for 2. He also had a sac fly along with a strikeout and a pop-out tonight for Seiya. After a good start to the season, Colt has went downhill lately. So he looks at a strike there. On Team Japan in the World Baseball Classic. Good buddies with Shohei Ohtani. 1-1 from Sims. Seiya lines it back to the screen, and he's in a 1-2 hole. He's frustrated with himself after missing that one. That was a good pitch to hit. This Cubs team has been good in 2-strike hitting. See what Seiya can do here. Fastball outside. They wanted to elevate that one. Sims just missed his spot. 2-2. Madrigal at second. Hoerner at first. Nobody away in the 6-4 ball game, in which the Reds led 6-1 at one point. Suzuki's down on strikes again. Back-to-back at-bats. And he just cannot hit those breaking balls. There's one down, free and Happ. Sims checks on the runner and delivers up high. Now a step off from Sims. One-0. The switch hitting Ian Happ, batting from the left side here against the righty Sims. Curveball fouled back. Big spot here for Ian. Bellinger is on deck. Strike two called. Up and in. Good spotted fastball from Sims. Say what you want about this 1-2 punch with Suzuki and Happ, but I really don't like it. Two guys that strike out the most on your team in the middle of the order. I don't know. And there you go. Happ struck out. Back-to-back strikeouts. There's two down. Suzuki has now struck out 94 times. Happ has struck out a team leading 108 times. They both struck out 2 times tonight. Now it's all up to Cody Bellinger with 2 away. That's the go-ahead run. Corners the tying run at first. First pitch, strike one on the breaking ball. Strikeouts have killed the Cubs tonight. They've just had too many of them. That now makes 11. Bellinger, what an excellent pitch to hit. But he fouled it back, and it's 0-2. And Sims can really do whatever he wants here. Looking to strike out to the side after allowing the first 2 to reach. Just a little bit under that one from Cody. 0-2, line drive, center field. And he didn't even swing. That was not a line drive. Looked like a line drive off the bat, but it falls to McLean. What a disappointing inning for the Cubs. First 2 guys reach for your 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Strikeout, pop out, and the inning's over. Cubs are now down to their final 6 outs. They trail by 2, so we go to the 8th. Beautiful night at Wrigley, not so beautiful night for the Cubs. The offense has slowed down a big bit after scoring 4 runs in the first 3 innings and looking like they had a comeback in them. The bullpen has shut them down, but the offense has not been helpful. Now, if Stroman even has a relatively good outing, this is much of a game, but he gave up 6 runs and put his guys in a bad position. Palencia back on the mound, and first pitch swinging from Christian Encarnacion Strand. Skies it to right. Suzuki is under it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away in the top of the 8th. So Palencia has thrown 2 pitches and gotten 2 outs, going back to Votto in the top of the 7th. And here he deals with Will Benson. Strike 1, fastball at 99, racking it up on the radar gun. Oh, 1. Line drive from Benson to right. Suzuki slides, but can't get it. It squirts past him into the corner. Benson is digging for 3, and he will get there standing up. Oh, what an awkward-looking play for Seiya Suzuki, and his nightmare night continues. 0 for 4 at the plate. 0 for 3 at the plate with a sac fly, and now a mistake in the outfield leads to a triple. Laser off the bat from Benson. Suzuki slides, but comes up about 2 feet short. And now an insurance run for Cincinnati. It's on third with 1 away. That's ruled a hit as it bounced before Suzuki could make contact with it. And it's second hit of the day for Will Benson. Came around to score on his first hit back in the second. He's in good position to do the same here. Manley takes a strike. 1-1. The Reds catcher today, and for Tyler Stevenson, backup catcher Tyler Stevenson. They also have Kurt Casale, who's currently on the injured list. So Manley's gotten some more playing time as of late. 1-1. Flown foul. One-two to Melee. Swing and a miss. It's a huge strikeout. Out number 2, and he's 1 out away from working around that triple. Elevated heat at 99 miles an hour at the letters. Not easy to hit whatsoever. Strikeout number 1 for Palencia. And now De La Cruz, 0 for 4. It's the 5th time the charm for the Reds rookie. Strike 1. Beautiful pitch. 101 there for Palencia. That's got to be a season high. Really the only guy on this Cubs roster that can ramp it up to triple digits. He's a good option for spots like this. De La Cruz, big swing at 100. Popped foul, and it's 0-2. Cubs next inning will have Swanson, Gomes, Morel. They're down to their last 6 outs. Cubs fans starting to get loud. 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him in the dirt. Palencia works around the 1-out triple. De La Cruz down on strikes for the 3rd time today. On 3 pitches. What work from Palencia. Now the Cubs offense trying to tie, or how about take the lead as we go bottom 8. really is just a big 8th inning for the Cubs. It'd be really nice to get 2 or 3 here and have Adbert Alzolay come in, close the door down. That'd be the easiest thing here. But if you get 1, then you just need 1 in the 9th. Granted, that's if you hold them in the top of the 9th, but only down 2. Just takes a little bit. They are going to be looking back if they do end up losing that game. If they do end up losing this game, they're going to look back and be disappointed after they got first and second, nobody out last inning, failed to score. Something crazy can happen in this inning. I'm good today, Bryce. Nazar. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Here is Swanson, first pitch swinging. New pitcher for the Reds, the big guy, Ian Gabo. After Sims goes 1 inning. Gave up no hits, no runs. Got a couple of strikeouts as well. Dansby foul tips this back in the mask of Maley. That shook him up a bit. So Gabo has Dansby behind 0-2. Swanson 1 for 2. He homered in the second, walked in the third, and struck out last time in the 6th. Year 1 of this 7-year deal. And a few nice plays. Shortstop tonight. Now looking to do it with the bat. 0-2. Ground ball. Nice play ranging to his left. And he's going to throw him out. Oh, what job for Matt McLean, who's done unbelievable amount of work short tonight. As if Swanson hits that ball just a split second harder, that's through the hole for a leadoff single. But instead, it's just a 6-3 putout. And here's Yan Gomes. He's been good tonight, 2 for 3. Takes ball 1 on the outer edge. Reds bullpen has lived up to their hype tonight. Cubs got 4 runs off Andrew Abbott, who had not allowed 4 runs in 4 starts. But the bullpen, since the All-Star break, leads the MLB with the ERA just above 3. Spiked by Gabo there. It's 2-1 to Gomes. Alexis Diaz. Daniel Duarte and Derek Law still available from the Reds bullpen, but obviously with availability from that LA series, don't know who they want to use. As Gabo is their 6th pitcher tonight. Jibbo, I see the pronunciation is now saying Jibbo. He's not allowed to run in any of his last 5 appearances. 2-2 to Gomes. Line drive, base hit. It's going to get into the corner. Gomes is heading for second. He's going to stay put at second after a big turn at third. Yan Gomes has a 3-hit night. And now Christopher Morel, if he can just put the ball in play, might have a good RBI chance. De La Cruz gets a glove on it, but not enough. Three hits, all to left field. And now Morel in a big spot. Strike one call. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Night to forget so far for Morel, but he can make a memorable moment here. He is the tying run. There's ball one, nearly spiked that fastball. Tried to double up on it on the outside edge. Looked like Mahle almost wanted that one above the strike zone to get a chase from Morel, who is very chase happy. 1-1, another fastball tad bit low. First base is open, so behind in the count to an always dangerous Christopher Morel, who's third on the team with 16 homers. Excuse me, second on the team with 16 homers. Got to be careful. 2-1. Way out in front of that off speed again. He just cannot sit back on it. It's 2-2. Has to do a job here. Move him up. Give Tauchman an opportunity to drive in a run. 2-2. Nearly. Hit him up and in. And the count is full. Cubs fans making noise. Wrigley Field in July, after the team went out and was buyers. This is where you want to be. 3-2, Morel, left center field. It's off the wall. Gomes is going to score. Morel is into second. It's an RBI double. And it's 6-5. Off the bat, looked like it was out of here. Just did not quite get enough carry. Friedl with a spectacular effort up against the wall. Leaped. Could not come down with it. Slammed up against the ivy. That's not padding behind the ivy. That's bricks. That one hurts. Not for Morel. It's his first hit of the day. And he gets an RBI with it as well. And now Tauchman with a base hit could tie the ball game. Mound visit here. Jabot staying in the game. Morel with a good conversation with Ellie De La Cruz. And here is Tauchman. What a catch he had against the Cardinals to save the game the other night. They're calling this the summer of Mike Tauchman. The way he has performed for the Cubs. Strike one. Right in a sweet spot. About half the crowd standing at Wrigley. They'll all be standing if Tauchman can get a hold of one here. Strike two called. He's got back-to-back pitches right down the middle, but has failed to swing. Nick Madrigal is on deck. Outside on the fastball. It's 1-2. Tauchman came in as a pinch hitter for Mancini back in the 6th inning. Morel at second with a lot of speed. He can score on a base hit. 1-2. Checked his swing. He went around. Tauchman says no way. The Cubs bench says no way. And think about what that call could have done for the Cubs season. There's no way Mike Tauchman swung the bat. It's not even close. And we're going to be looking back on that one at not only the end of the game, but on the end of this season. Where? What? Who knows? But now Madrigal, if he can get a hit, that's not even going to matter. Strike one called to Nick. What a brutal call. from Derek Thomas. Not even close to being a swing. All Stockman can do is open his palms. Madrigal's 0 for 1. Walk, hit by pitch. For his first hit of the day. Boy, would it be a big one. How long until we make check swings reviewable? 1-1. Outside. But I guess if you aren't going to have balls and strikes be reviewable, you can't have check swings be reviewable. And that's just the tough part of the game. Let's go Cubbies chant over Wrigley Field. It's a 2-1 to Nick Madrigal. Ground ball picked by Votto, and the inning is over. Morel, an RBI double, 10 more feet. It'd be a tie game. Derek Thomas, third base umpire, would have made the right call. It might have also been a tie game. If the Reds were not shifting Nick Madrigal, it might have also been a tie game. We're going to look back on that 8th inning, not only after tonight, but maybe at the end of this season, and think of what it could have been. Reds holding on to a 1-run lead as we go to the 9th. Cubs trail by 1, heading to the final inning. Game 1 of a huge 4-game series. Reds, Cubs, Horner, Suzuki, Happ. Next inning for the Cubs, top of the order. But here, we got to take care of business in the top of the 9th. Friedl, McLean, Fraley, Hart of the Cincinnati order. The Reds have not scored since the 3rd inning. Cubs could have had a lot more last inning if it was for situational hitting. Not a blown call. Inning that could have been. Here comes TJ Friedl. How about him? He leads the major leagues with 11 bunt singles and ranks tied for 4th with 6 sacrifice bunts. Interesting nugget I found there. So they won't be laying down a bunt here. The opportunity is out there. Mark Leiter Jr. He's had a few shaky performances as of late, but he gets the ball here. 44 innings, 3.07 ERA, 4 home runs allowed. 30% strikeout rate. He gets the ball on the ground 50% of the time. 1-0. That's a strike at the top of the zone for Friedl. So Palencia, more good work. He goes inning and a third. Oh no, Friedl is trying to lay down a bunt, but it goes foul and it's 1-2. One, two to Leiter. Or, excuse me, from Leiter to Friedl. Swings on top of it, and it's out number 1 via the strikeout. That's good. Change-up, splitter, whatever that is. It's another strikeout from Leiter. 30% strikeout percentage on display there. First batter, first punch out. First pitch swinging for Matt McLain. No dice there. McLain lines it back to the mound, snared by Leiter. It's out number 1. Out number 2. What am I talking about? First pitch to Fraley, hit hard foul. Aggressive swinging. Here from the Reds. 8 hits aside as that one misses away. 8 hits aside, 6-5 Reds. Top 9. Cubs are going to need a rally in the bottom of the 9th. One run from Leiter Jr. Outside again. Back-to-back fastballs they tried to execute. Tailed too far from them. Now we got to regroup on the 2-1. That's slowing outside, and now he's at risk of walking. Another 2-out walk for the Cubs. It's been too much of an issue not only tonight, but on the season. From the windup, 3-1. Hit hard, just beyond the line. And, oh, ball boy can't come up with that one. Run, run. He got it. Leiter wants a new baseball. We've seen people do that in the pitch clock era just to buy some more time. Ready for a big full count pitch. Wrigley Field, get on your feet. Here comes the crowd, the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Fraley's down on strikes. Leiter's fired up. The Cubs are going to the bottom of the 9th. They will face Alexis Diaz, looking to take 1 to force this game to extras. 2-2, walk it off and win it. Horner, Suzuki, Happ, due up. Bottom of the 9th. Don't go anywhere. We got a great finish coming. Top of the Cubs order, due up here in the top or in the bottom of the 9th. 1 to tie, 2 to win. Here in this huge game 1 of this 4-game series. Alexis Diaz, the Reds closer, into the game. He's in for Ian Jabot. Horner 2 for 3. Suzuki 0 for 3 with a sac fly and 2 strikeouts. Happ 0 for 3 with a sac fly and 2 strikeouts as well. Alexis Diaz on 46 and a third inning, 2.14 ERA. Tied for the major league lead in saves. National League lead in appearances as well. 2 saves on this season. 2 saves on the road trip coming in LA. He's retired the first batter in 36 of his 49 appearances. That's something to be said. But Horner looking to not let him be one of the victims. Hard thrower Diaz takes the mound. First pitch. Strike one, swinging from Nico. I don't know. You want base runners here. You don't need to swing at that first pitch. I like the ambush, but he's got good stuff. Now you're already behind. 0-1. Deep breath from Nico. Deep breath from Diaz. Strike 2 called. A pitch way off the edge. Horner shakes his head, calls time. Jordan Baker has been terrible all night. Oh my goodness. 89 miles an hour. Way off the plate. Now Horner's got to battle the 0-2. Same pitch. He tripled up on it in the same exact spot and knocked it foul. Diaz is the 7th pitcher of the night for the Reds. From the stretch, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 4 straight sliders. Horner's down on strikes. My hope was on Horner to reach there. He did not. Now he got to go with Suzuki and Happ, who have already struck out 2 times tonight. They lead the team in strikeouts. And Horner letting Jordan Baker know. What a disgrace he has been tonight behind the plate. Suzuki on the slider swings and misses. I mean, he hasn't shown the heater yet. If you just sit back on that, got to expect it now. 0-1. Suzuki. He swung, but he didn't even swing. He just, not even an effort. 0-2. Line drive center field, and it's caught. Hung up there just a bit too long. The Cubs are down to their final out, 3 and Happ. Hey, Suzuki put the ball in play. It's an improvement. And it all comes down to this. Happ going from the left side. This would be a good time for home run number 11. Hit one in St. Louis the other night. How about one in a big spot? Bellinger is on deck if Happ can reach. That would mean Bellinger's the winning run. Happ will take his walks. He's walked 73 times this season. First pitch. What a pitch to hit, but he missed it. Nervous fans on their feet at Wrigley. It's an 0-1 count to the Cubs' 3-hole hitter, left fielder Ian Happ. Diaz looks in. Ground ball to second. And the inning and game is over. Middle of the order did absolutely nothing tonight for the Cubs. They got 1 run in the bottom of the 8th. Could have been a lot more. Tauchman, Madrigal could have done something, but ended up doing nothing. Marcus Stroman, a horrible outing. The bullpen shines again. But the Cubs are back to 500. Justin Steele Day tomorrow. He'll go up against Ben Lively of the Reds. Javier Assad, terrific. Palencia, terrific. Leiter Jr., terrific. Stroman, in 3 innings, gave up 6 runs. If he gives up 1 less, Cubs win this ball game, or at least we're heading to extras. But still 3 more games in the series. The Brewers did lose tonight, but with the Reds winning, the Cubs are now 5 games back, and they're going to drop another half game in the wild card. They're buyers, though. Jeimer Candelario will most likely be in the lineup tomorrow. He will be in town. Cubs put up a fight today, just better starting pitching, and they win this game. That's all you got to ask for. Stroman, don't know what to say about it. Disappointing, and he's got to get better. That's all that's got to be said. Cubs lose 6-5 in front of their home crowd tonight. Plenty of moments where they thought they had a chance. Missed opportunities. Missed opportunity in the 6th. Missed opportunity in the 8th. And then the middle of the order, the top of the order, just failing to get going all night long, especially in the bottom of the 9th. So what led to this loss. 6-5 the final. Cubs are back to 500, and the Reds win again. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We will see you in the next one.